Okay, I'm gonna try it another different way here, and or I had to re-record this. The Bluetooth just wasn't working while I'm in the car here, so I got it kind of sitting on my shoulder here, so you guys can hear me a little bit differently. So let's get right into it. Part 4, hopefully to get this done in a A and a B, but it might go into C. I just want to mention that I really am a different person for my time in Brazil, as I alluded in I think maybe 2 and 3, is that I'm a different person today. And I'm a different person because I particularly was around people who were very positive and very loving. Some people who I met, whether it was friends and family of my fiance, it would be just people I met before my fiance came, because I told you one that I was there a week before she came down and spent the pretty much a month with her from there on off. And we're talking about people who really, in the standards of, at least I could say for the Baltimore, DC kind of metropolitan area, people are doing very, very bad, right? Which we would call poverty wages, and you would not see it on them. They budget well, they have clean houses, clean establishments, and where they work and where they travel, and they just are happy. Generally inside, they are extremely happy. So when you meet people like that are very optimistic and happy, and they communicate with you with being very optimistic, open, and happy, it just has you think twice about the way you look at things. Here you are, I've met people that I make probably 4 or 5 times more money than them, and they literally, the tables are turned. I'm miserable, I'm out of shape, I'm unhappy, they're in shape, they're happy. Their goal in life isn't about what they obtain as in material things, about how much money and career. It's about how loving their family are and how positive, close relationships that they form. So when you meet people who have that personal vision, it makes you say, man, I really can look at myself and see that the fact that I make close to $100,000 means nothing. The fact that that I do have people that know me, and I do have friends, I do have family, but most of those relationships are have deteriorated or deteriorating because of the way that I communicate. That though I'm a very romantic, loving person, I people don't get to see that because I tend to be very negative. So, you know, I'm not really or dump myself into my career socially, not just technically, and I'm just really miserable. I'm really unhappy. So when you around people who understand the important things of life and take a full advantage of it, you know, you get to see yourself. You know, I met a woman that is on quote unquote my fiance's, not her birth grandmother, but she is literally, I want to say she's like almost 100, like maybe 95, 96 or something like that. And very frail, but she can walk on her own. She talks. She's just really cool. You know what I mean? Like, I couldn't pick up everything she was saying because she, of course, you know, she just speaks Portuguese. But my fiance walked away real quick and left us together, and she's just going off and off and on, da 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 da. And I picked up certain things here and there, and I'm just going, wow, like look at this, like this. I know people who are half this woman's age, and they're pretty much on their way, you know, from 15 years from death because of their diets and how they eat. And look, I'm not judging them because that was me, and now that I come back, I'm starting to fall back in that bad diet. So yeah, man, I just, it was amazing to see that there is a woman in this picture. Yeah, that's the family. But if you see these two women, right, they're sisters. They are my fiance's Tia's, or her aunts. This woman, and I'll change the picture and zoom it in so you can see, is the aunt of these two women. I mean, this was a jazzy woman. She had a little, you know, little jeans on, little shirt. She was like a young girl. The way she walked and everything. I looked at her, I said, well, she says, this is my aunt. So I'm sitting here going, well, I'm already looking at you like you're probably, I don't know, maybe in your 50s, 60s. And this woman is your mother's sister? And she looked like she either is your age or younger. Yeah, just the happiness, man. It's the culture of happiness, and it's not important about what you obtain, what you have in material things. I tell you, man, after being in Brazil, I realized that my personal goal to have a business that makes so much money that I can work because I want to, not because I have to. You know, I can literally get laid off or quit the next day, or even fired, and I would just go, man, I really wanted that retirement, but that's okay, I'll invest it, because I make so much money on with my business that now that I can attention to it full time, I can make what I was making, right? Like that personal thing, that drive that I want, what I did to obtain it and what I did to try to get there wasn't God. It wasn't out of a good place in my heart. It was out of anger. It was out of discontent. It was out of me. I got the smarts. I know what it is, because I read Rich Dad, Poor Dad, and I read other outliers and other books, and I know what I need to do. I'm smart. And because I do all of those things, I know what's up. I know what's going on. And when it failed rightfully so, and I'm so glad it failed. The only thing that disheartens me is the fact that there were people who counted on that last business to do well. There were people who counted on it so much that they lost because they followed and trusted me, right? It just, that part really hurt me. But I'm from a good place this time around. I really am. I am from a really good place this time around. And I am here for the better. And that's because my mind state has changed by being around so much positive people who have the basics in life right. When you're around people like that and they love you and then they treat you like family, man, I tell you, man, it makes me change everything. I have conversation with the little friends that I have, and now it's changing. When I would go, yeah, you know her on the job, it's like, yeah, you know what they would do. I stopped myself, and you know, I was around some coworkers, and they went on, as a lot of people do, let's just talk about people that we don't like. And yeah, you know, this one, they trying to get promoted, but they don't know this. And my first thing was so easy for to tongue lash them and to get involved in it. And I felt myself going, well, let me say something positive about them. There's people who really hate my guts because at work, because I don't communicate with them, because I rather go, yeah, I'm not about this. I don't mess with y'all. Right? That I do that, and you turn around and it's like, oh, okay, well, if that's the way things are going to be, all right, great, so be it. You know, that's the way things are going to be. That's great, so be it. So, look, I'm going to continue right into this in part 4B. I'll give you that in a little bit. Actually to my work vehicle, so I'm going to switch over and start to work all night, and I'll talk about that too. So, all right, see y'all in part B.